Hello, this is Don Clark, and welcome to our short presentation on what you need to know to ensure that you don't become a victim of a DOJ or an EEOC investigation or lawsuit. We've heard that ignorance is no excuse for the law, and we know it's true. By the end of this short presentation, you will become more aware and acquainted with what the law says, so that you'll begin to understand what to do to protect you and your company. Every year, individuals with disabilities file claims against companies on the grounds of discrimination because of their disability. In many of these cases, these individuals win and are awarded huge monetary settlements. That does not have to happen to you. Stay with me, and I'll show you how to keep the legal wolves at bay. The National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders reports that there are millions of Americans who suffer from deafness and other related auditory diseases. The population of deaf individuals is generally clustered in metropolitan areas, but they also live and work in many towns and hamlets across the U.S. and need the products and services you offer. Deaf people are just like the rest of us and come in all shapes and sizes, races and ethnicities. They span every age bracket from infants to the elderly and are from every economic strata and profession. Communicating with a deaf person is best done in a mode that is most comfortable for that person. There are interpreting services, other telecommunications, texting, email, and letters, just to name a few. But what makes communication effective is that there is mutual understanding and mutual agreement between you and your client on what is the best method to communicate. Imagine going on a trip to Russia, and you or a loved one has to be admitted to the hospital. You don't speak the language and have no clue as to what is being done around you, nor what is being done to you. That could be a frightening experience for anyone. But that, in a nutshell, is what many deaf people face on a regular day. When it comes to communication, they are constantly in a foreign land. Oftentimes, hearing people ask if a deaf person can lip read, and the answer generally is yes, but with limitations and not the complete message. A skilled lip reader, knowing the topic being discussed, will understand about 30% of the message. That leaves 70% of the message not being understood, or in some cases worse, misunderstood. You might also ask, why can't I simply write down what I want to say? You could do that, but it's not normally considered a reasonable method of communication. In most cases, and since English is not the native language of American Sign Language users, costly or dangerous misunderstandings are likely to occur. Here is a very simple story that shows the consequences of a written message. A deaf man was riding the bus and was bothered by how another passenger was behaving with him. In frustration, he wrote a note to the passenger and it said, "Do not cheese my foot." The bewildered passenger was clueless as to the meaning of the message. The fact is that the sign for cheese and the sign for press or mash is the same because the sign comes from the method of pressing cheese into molds. The deaf person didn't know the English word for press or mash, which is what the other passenger was doing to his foot. Imagine a similar situation in a medical setting where the doctor is instructing the deaf patient by writing a note as to the use of certain medications. Maybe you're questioning yourself now, what do they want from me? What can I do? Asking the deaf community what they want or need from your services is the best place to start. That could be a great and beneficial marketing effort. But the short answer is that they want to be able to access and pay for whatever you are offering with as much freedom as any other person is able to do. How does your Open for Business sign read? The Department of Justice and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission have levied huge fines against companies, small and large, which were not prepared to or refused to provide interpreting services to deaf individuals. Inova Fairfax Hospital in Virginia is an example. A comprehensive settlement agreement was reached with the Department of Justice in April 2007 for ADA noncompliance. There was an award of $55,000 in damages. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission charged the global shipping giant FedEx with failure to provide a reasonable accommodation in the form of American Sign Language interpreters to a deaf employee. The jury found FedEx liable for punitive damages in the amount of $100,000 and compensatory damages of $8,000 for the loss of the accommodation itself. Title I of the ADA prohibits employment discrimination against people with disabilities in the private sector. The EEOC has filed ADA lawsuits against employers and recovered more than $48 million in total monetary benefits through enforcement and litigation. Federal law is not on your side if you are in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Being prepared is your answer, and it is simple to do. We can help. We can show you how to be prepared and to comply in a way that will not only be of service to the deaf community, but benefit your company as well. Now that you are aware of what the government can do if you're not in compliance, you're probably asking, what do I need to do now? Document that you have in place the policies and procedures necessary for securing the services from a reputable company which provides qualified interpreters. A reputable company will know who is qualified and who is not. Keep good records of service provision. Given what I've learned today, how could complying with the ADA benefit me and my company? No matter what your circumstances, required by law or not, you can still enjoy the benefits of offering your services to the deaf community. You could benefit tremendously with increased tax savings, increased positive reputation in your community, increased service provision, increased referrals from their friends and family, increased revenues, and increased pride and personal satisfaction. Not only can we show you how to improve your business, but we are here to provide these valuable services to get the job done for you. 96% of our interpreters are certified by the National Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf with many years of experience in the field of deafness and sign language interpreting. Many of them specialize in the areas of education, medicine, and law. As part of an educational plan, our interpreters must obtain 80 hours of continuous professional education every 3 years to keep their certificates valid, all of which is strictly monitored by our national organization. The types of assignments we cover for you range from medical appointments and surgeries to all types of legal proceedings, business meetings, to small group meetings and major conferences. We are proud to say that we fulfill 99% of all assignments we receive. These assignments are fulfilled and confirmed with you so as to keep you in the communication loop. One of the strongest points of our quality process is our communication with you. You can count on us to communicate with you and to fulfill your requests. Today's technology allows you to submit your request on our internet site in a simple and uncomplicated manner, and if necessary, uploads of documents can be done very easily. DCA is a communications company, not in the technology sense of the word, but in the human sense. Unlike other companies, our goal is to bring a clear message to you and your clients from start to finish. If the EEOC or the DOJ come knocking, you'd better believe they won't be on your side. If a deaf person or anyone in the disabled community files a complaint against your company, the investigations are gruesome, time-taking, and very costly. Don't get caught up in that nasty web. You could benefit tremendously with increased tax savings, increased positive reputation in your community, increased service provision, increased referrals from their friends and family, increased revenues, and increased pride and personal satisfaction. Be a prepared and proactive service provider. The benefits outweigh the risk exponentially. You and your company will enjoy tremendous benefits by truly helping others and growing your company at the same time. We're here to help. Please call us with your questions or to discuss a situation that you're facing now. We will look forward to hearing from you soon.